classics of science fiction.
Hello and welcome to episode 2 of Children of the Comet, I think. Strange New Worlds, episode 2. Just a quick review. So, interesting episode, very enjoyable. Anson Mount nailed it again. We get a bit more into this thing that's going to happen to him in 10 years' time. And number one, trying to explain to him, look, you know, your fate might not be written. I think we're going to get an episode where he can alter his destiny, but there'll be a heavy price to pay. It's like the universe playing the cosmic joke. We're going to get that episode, maybe not this season, but at some point we're going to get the episode where he can change his future. An entity is going to make, or something like a paradox or what's that word? An anomaly, you know, where he can change, but the price will be so high, or he will see a world that if he changes his destiny, he'll see another timeline of what would happen to him, and it's not good. Or the price, it's just the price is so high that it can't be that selfish. I know the poor fella is thing just over him, and this is what I love about this so far. That moment in the future is down the road, and every day it gets closer. And how he's going to cope with it. This episode was like an Uhura coming out episode. I thought she was very good. It's the Comet going to hit a planet. They're pre-war, so they decide to step in and nudge the Comet the other way. They fire some torpedoes on it, force fields on it, go and investigate. The beam on, Spock, Uhura goes for the first time. She doubts herself. There's a great scene where Captain has a dinner with the crew, and everybody's dressed casual, and she wears dress uniform, and they've all got like this sense of humour about it. And I've got to admit, Ethan Pecker's Spock is very good. He's growing on me very quickly. I like number one. I like the casting in this series. You know, I just think we could have something special here. You know, I love this episode. It was very Star Trek. You got the philosophical story, the meaning of things, where you're going to talk about that these like alien monks, the shepherds, turn up and they've got Mahabib or something. This comet, it goes round the galaxy spreading light by dropping water, because it's looking like it's going to crash into a planet. It doesn't. Part of the comet is mathematically broken off and goes into the planet's atmosphere and brings life to the planet, rain, which means vegetation, to create an agriculture and advance the civilization, because they're all just stuck on like a desert world. So it's sort of interesting, and it brings a lot of questions, more than answers does this episode. And that there's like, does this comet, can it foretell the future? And these monks just follow it and guard it. And there's a bit of a shootout, but Pike, he sort of plays the game, and at the end, when the comet does its thing, it plays off into outer space. Spock flies into it and melts some of it off as well, and they sort of sort it out. Do you know what I mean? Ellie's got a big ship, but the Enterprise, I'll give it that, it does it some damage when it finds its phases. Nice to see beam type phases. Really happy about that. The casting, like I said, I really do like the characters. I do like the Andorian engineer, he's going to be an interesting character. Him and Spock seem quite witty with like their retort, you know, because in Enterprise, Vulcans and Andorians hated each other, so it's like we get into this sort of whole new thing of it. But this was a very good episode. Now, I know we're only 2 episodes in, but I've really got a good feeling about this series. You say Star Trek, the problem now, Now a lot of people you're gonna get out there and you're gonna get the woke haters and all this, kicking off about it, whatever. That's your right to do that. Me, I try to see it from a different point of view. If something's crap, it's crap, right? If the writing's bad, it's bad. Discovery, a lot of it is bad. I agree. I'm not going to get into the thing of all that, but the writing's quality, you've got a good director, good casting. I think this could be the flagship series that turns Star Trek around. You see, the problem with Discovery, where I got bored, its story arcs do not work with Star Trek. I think like 15-part storylines do not work. They tried it with Enterprise, didn't they, in season 3? And the answers, it's all in front of them why they couldn't work this out, making all this. We get these big mammoth story arcs. A lot of us get bored, like the Xindi thing in Enterprise. It was like a whole season of that. And it was like, there were some episodes that didn't know how to fill it up. They'd come out with some new bit till we got to the final sort of 4 episodes that, where Archer stopped the Xindi weapon being unleashed. And I think a free storyline can work. It worked wonderfully next gen, 2-parters, 3-parters. It really did work. And I think if we stick to that. Now you could take a bit of the original, like Tennant Doctor Who, or Eccleston, like Bad Wolf. You get it set up in the first episode, then over the episode, just at the end you drop a hint in for about a couple of seconds. Somebody notices something, and then that's it. And then somewhere in the middle of the season, you get part answer, more questions, and then you move on from that, get to end of the season, conclude with the whole storyline of events. It works like that. But to go like one episode each week, you see, the last series of Discovery, I really enjoyed the start. I thought the start was very good, and then it just dragged out. It was filler episode after filler episode every week. Now, if Strange New World, somehow it just works. It gels. So far, it's gelled for me. Now, I know we're never going to get the 90s Star Trek. We're in 2022. It's going to be different. But I just feel that if they can keep this, like, per episode. Now, we have got the thing in there, Pike's Destiny, which is going to be interesting. So that is the long-term story arc. Can he avoid it, or it's coming? And every now and again we touch upon it. Because this poor man, every time he looks at something, he sees that reflection. And what we're interested in today's episode, the people he saves a decade from now, still children, are growing up. He puts them all up on his computer screen. He knows all their names in that accident. And the day they are assigned to his ship, he's going to know. And that's what I found interesting. And it's nice that number 1 and Spock know this and he can confide in them. But as a captain, he's very likeable. He reminded me a bit of Cisco today. When Cisco had the crew round for dinner, he liked cooking dinner and all that. Stuff like that, it puts that feeling into it. Again, a very highly intelligent episode, well written. Now, some people are not going to like it. I personally liked it. And if they can keep on this track, I think we're going to be in for a good series. Now, I'm going to watch this again. I've watched the first episode, I think 3 times now. Really enjoyed it. And this episode is making me want to do that again. So, that's a good thing. You see, the beauty with Star Trek is like with the Next Gen and DS9 and Enterprise and Voyager and the original series. If you've got all the episodes, it's nice just to be. I know you've seen them, but it's nice to re-watch them. I used to rent Next Gen all the time. I'd seen episodes numerous times until when they started bringing them out to buy. I'd go back every now and again, and I'd watch like certain episodes, even though I knew it like you spot something different or just enjoyed the flow of it. That's what I want back with this. And if they carry on the way they're going, I know it's only 2 episodes in, we could be in for a good one, guys. Do you know what I mean? So this episode, it's been really good. I'm impressed with it, you know. And like I said, I think as well, Anson Mount's character took a bit of a back seat in this as well, and it was focused on the crew, especially Uhura. We get to know more about the background, the family, and all this, how they died in the shuttlecraft accident, and getting to know her. And I think we're gonna like Spock. We knew about Spring last week, and we know what happens there when Stone turns up. But then there's the whole Christine Chapel. She fancies him. That were mentioned. She was flirting with him, and he was totally unaware to it. I mean, the characters are likeable, and we're gonna sort of get into them every now and again. We're gonna get an episode where they're the focus, and this is how it should be. You know, the problem with Discovery, there were too much in it, like massive, overwhelming story, and then we got loads of emotional problems. You know, and there were just filler episodes. But so far, I know it's two episodes, solid writing. So all in all, 5 out of 5 for this one. So I'll see you next week, and for episode 3, live long and prosper. Am I still here?